Minister R.C. Kunteta joins us right now with a quick synopsis of how their numbers have been. Mind you, the reported numbers, just to lay it out for you. PAT at 762 crores, up 9% on a YOY basis, loan growth of 24%, and mobilized funds have been at around 30,000 odd crores. Mr. Kunteta, laid out for us the quarter. In fact, FY12 also, if you see, your margins have been under pressure for the whole year per se. At the end of Q4, looking forward into FY13, do you believe that this is how the scenario would be, or you would do better on that front?
I think we will be able to sustain the margin of around 325 basic points. That is the speed, and net interest margin of around 425 to 430 basic points. The point is that in case of forex borrowing, the rupee has been depreciated by more than 20% last 1 year. So impact of that will also come. And although the unhedged portion of around $770 million which we have borrowed, the interest rates are very low. It is around 3% to 3.5%. So we have also calculated that even if the rupee goes to around 60 level, even then whatever the loss on forex is there, there is equivalent saving on account of interest cost. So overall there will not be too much loss, but definitely because of the depreciation of rupee, the benefit which would have been received by the REC or they could have earned by the REC, that will definitely be affected.
So you believe that you'd believe that these would stay at the 4.3% mark for FY13 as well?
We are expecting to sustain the net interest margin around 430 basic points.
Okay, and just an update, Mr. Kunteta, the NPA levels, I'm just trying to figure out, 0.42%. Are these the gross NPAs or is this the net NPA figure?
It's a net NPA. Gross NPAs are 0.48%.
Right. What are the targets on NPAs at this point in time? Also, could you give...
My target will be always to keep it at a least level.
Okay.
So everything depends on the power sector progress or sentiment. If the Coal India is in a position to supply the coal or the financial health of the SCB improves or based on the recommendation of the Saturday committee, the 50% loan is taken over by the state government. The matter is under discussion with the Prime Minister office. So if these steps are being taken, definitely the sentiment of the power sector will improve. It will be good for the REC.
Right. How do you foresee disbursements, sanctions and credit growth to pan out in FY13? Because you had indicated earlier that REC is looking at sanctions of about 54,000 crore loans during FY13, which is 9% more than FY12.
In 2 months already we have sanctioned around 20,000 crore rupees. So to achieve the sanction of around 55,000, I don't think it's a difficult task. And we will easily achieve this. As far as disbursement is concerned, last year we had disbursed 27,800 crore rupees. Current year I think that we must have the growth of around 10 to 15% whatever we have achieved in 2011-12.
Okay, Mr. Kunteta, just wondering, post the recent developments that we've seen in the power sector, I mean, there are a slew of proposed reforms as well as a couple of reforms which have already been taken. Do you believe that this could lead to any meaningful recovery in asset quality for you as a company in FY13, or will it take some time?
If the steps which are being taken by the Prime Minister Office or Ministry of Power or based on the recommendation of the Chaturvedi Committee and the DISCOMs also become professionally managed and they are able to reduce the losses and at the same time they are able to achieve the break-even or they may have some minor profit by increasing the tariff or getting the subsidy payment from the state government. And then I hope that they will also start to buying the power if it is even costly and they can supply to the end user. At this time, the biggest problem where the cost of generation is around 4 rupees 25 paisa, they are not off-taking the power and they are going for load shedding. So that is not good for the country. So there are two things. First, the open access should be allowed. Second, the policy on the billing charges should also be decided by the CRC. So there will be a fear of competition. In case the generation company whose generation cost is higher, but he can supply the power to the industry at around 6 rupees who are using the PG set. So that will force the DISCOM also to improve the efficiency and also try to sell the power, purchase the power where the cost of generation is around 3 rupees 80 paisa, 4 rupees 25 paisa. So that will be good for the banks, financial side, or the developer also.
But so
everybody will get the reasonable return.
So net, do you believe that asset quality will show an improvement in the first 2 quarters itself, or will it happen in the latter half?
In first quarter, I don't think that there may be any deterioration on the quality of assets, but in long run, everything depends on the progress to be achieved by the discoms or the steps are being taken by the government, and we have to see the results of that. And only the positive factor is the power is a necessity, and it is backed by the assets. So long run, it cannot be a bad NPA or it will remain as a NPA. I don't think so. From short term, there may be some pain, but long term, since it is backed by the assets, so chances of having the bad assets, I don't think there may be any reason for that.
Right. Could you throw more color on the percentage of stressed assets in your overall loan book and how you are essentially, maintaining your exposure there?
You are asking about the exposure or quality of assets? Exposure,
essentially, to the stressed assets.
Actually, for the stressed assets, the exposure is very less. Normally, the 90% of the loan has been given to the state sector, on 10% is the private sector. The state asset at this time only Konasima or this Maheshwar project, and 1 or 2 projects where the restructuring has been done, like Fekoralai, or maybe possible the average may be done. So 3 or 4 projects may also come for the restructuring. So that may be the stress asset, but I think their cost of generation is around 4 rupees or 4 rupees 50 paisa, and long run that stress asset will be a standard asset after some time.
Right. Just one final word, Mr. Kunteta, on your overall borrowing plans. I think you have highlighted that you're looking to raise about $5 billion via debt in FY13, and what this would mean for your cost of borrowing.
For the last year, the cost of borrowing was very low. It was only 8.05%. And at this time, the interest rates, there are no signals of downward. And current year, we have to borrow around 30,000 crore rupees, including $1 billion FCCB or $750 through ECB, plus taxable bonds or tax-free bonds or capital gain bonds. So raising of 30,000 crore is not the issue, the cost is the issue. But if the cost is going up, definitely it will be passed on to the borrower also. So overall, that will not affect anything.